There we go. Yes. It's a horrible night to have a curse. Alright, well we are back with some Castlevania. So, I mean, I haven't played like, gosh, a week almost. To take kind of like the last week off to finish up Daredevil and all that stuff, and watch the Castlevania anime over the weekend. So that was good. But now we are back with Castlevania, and we are going to do Castlevania Requiem, Rondo, Blood, and Symphony of the Night. So let's get started with Rondo of Blood. Oh man, old school. This game's old. It's like 20s, almost. It's like early 90s.
Glücklich und zufrieden. Niemand bemerkte den Schatten, der sich langsam über ihnen ausbreitete.
93, yeah. Actually, I heard you could actually set the sub weapon to circle, so I'm gonna try that.
Vor langer Zeit lebten die Menschen glücklich und zufrieden. Niemand bemerkte den Schatten, der sich langsam über ihnen ausbreitete.
Oh. Bumping into that.
Die Dunkelheit trübte ihre Sinne und das Böse fraß sich tief in ihre Seelen. Vom Wahnsinn getrieben schmiedeten sie einen Pakt mit dem Teufel. Zu später Stunde kamen sie zusammen, um gemeinsam die Mächte der Finsternis mit ihrem sündigen Blut zu rufen, sie zu erlösen von ihrer sterblichen Existenz, den Anbeginn einer neuen Welt vor Augen.
Oh, Walker's there. Hold on, I think my sound got reset.
Und so begab es sich, dass nach 100 Jahren das Böse wieder Fleisch geworden war. Als unsterbliches Geschöpf der Nacht kann es die Gestalt des Wolfs, der Fledermaus oder des Nebels annehmen.
There we go. So like I updated Elgato Walker and it decided to F up my my default audio device.
Oh, okay.
So that's what's going on here. So sorry. I had a feeling that might happen. Push the options button. Rondo of Blood.
Is that what you're going to stream?
Yeah, that's what I'm streaming right now.
Oh, I know you've done live.
Yeah. Had some technical difficulties.
I saw your text and then went to poop and I didn't be up that quick.
Let's start from the
I'm trying to
beginning.
do my pumpkin right now.
Alright, I want to do the cool. I want to do the beginning. Rondo of Blood. I've beaten the the remake of this one, but I haven't beaten the original.
What a normie.
But this, I mean, what it seems like what they did is they basically just took the PSP game. Well, they took like the bonus stuff, like Symphony of the Night and this, and then they put it onto its own game on PS4.
Oh, okay.
Because the menu and stuff's all the same on that too. It has like, you know, trophies and all that. Richter Belmont is an anime character. Save the villages. Have you watched any of the new Castlevania season?
Not yet, man. This weekend was busy.
Yeah.
I slept 5.5 hours last night, and I was sleeping in. I just have a lot. I have to get done and stuff. What's up, Abel?
See how bad I am at these games. I'm not very good at Classicvania. Oh, this one isn't as hard as like Castlevania 3 or something. Take that, death.
I'll go to that. There's a famous book based on that idea called Sound of Thunder. Yeah. I had to read an excerpt from it in one of my high school classes. Basically, there's an industry where what you can do, you can go and kill dinosaurs. The trick is you have to go back and kill it right before it would have died naturally, according to the timeline. But then someone steps on a butterfly, and it through a domino effect. Oh, because they don't go to the actual people.
Hopefully this game isn't as impossible, I think, as Chronicles PS1.
Oh. Yeah. kind of like what happens to a lot of the Slovak gypsies I dealt with in my mission. It had a lot of them lived off of government benefit. So they learned not to vote. And basically, it was, because in their country, since they're gypsies, there's a lot of racism, they couldn't get work. And they learn to get government benefits. And then they go to England, where people don't really care what they live for 3 years. But they still know how to work, and so they just work. Yeah, I see. Well, a lot of the things, well, actually, we don't want them to stay in the hospital.
No!
Like research or treatment or whatever.
No, let me go!
The company is called 100% Pure Beef. Right. Right. Dude, that makes me think of there's this city in England I served in called Sheffield, and it's really known for its steel. And so, in other countries like Japan and stuff, they have a company that we called Sheffield Steel because Sheffield was known for its steel, and so they just named their company Sheffield Steel. The reputation, you know. And it's like, all right, people won't look into it. That's crazy, though. 100%. Dang. Let's think of what is it? The whole Tony thing. Yeah. Yeah, the dude was people from what country was it again? I don't remember.
What?
Either way.
Coney 2012?
Oh, I think it was
Uganda?
Yeah, Coney.
Yeah, Uganda.
Yeah, it's Uganda.
I was just watching a video about it today.
So yeah. There's some videos of like, I remember at that time there were people from Uganda posting videos like, yeah, I haven't heard about Tony in like 10 years. I mentioned it to my parents and they were laughing at me. Like, no one's heard of him in years.
I mean, he's still alive though.
And, yeah, but no one's seen him. He's not like a threat right now. But these dudes, they just poured so much, they took so much money for themselves. And one of the dudes got coked out and he was walking around naked in the streets and he was
yeah, that's the main dude. The main dude did that.
Yeah.
He wasn't coked out though. He just like had a mental break because of everything that happened. Because it like super blew up like over like the course of a couple days or something, and everybody recognized him, and he couldn't even. And so he just like lost his shit, basically.
I would come in for it. I gotta get this done tonight, and I don't have trouble. How's that? Carve, shoot. I'm gonna carve donkey coming to it. do some steps. Trying to do the mouth right now. You kind of like mouth over here and then. But I want to give you the detail on it. But it's for time constraints, so we'll see. Oh, it's awesome. Well, it's actually, I want to know how far I am into it. Kind of like this. It isn't Calvin. It's not.
How was your Halloween party last night?
It was pretty fun. Yeah, went with some of my old roommates. Cody knows it at the end.
Damn it.
See, and this is gonna be like the I picked something specifically for that. Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
I like this whole set. Yeah. But I don't know what half of these things do. There's all kinds of different things. I guess there's brush thing. I guess there's other brush thing. And you can get an itch with it. This. Imagine I could try to go like Michelangelo and just like, yeah. Thing is, it's got enough variety so I can kind of jump around and try different things. It's good. Yeah. It's nice is they have different thicknesses and stuff. I can add levels of detail, and I mean, a lot of that's just guesswork. So I mean,
Games are so damn brutal.
Yeah, yeah.
Damn it. Did you hear? Fuck.
About?
I had to take Emily to the hospital yesterday.
Oh no.
Oh, she's had like a stomach bug thing. Well, not a stomach. Damn it, I killed myself again. Well, she's feeling like really fluish, and she had a really bad migraine and stuff from it. And like, there's this thing called preeclampsia. That's really, really bad when especially when you're pregnant. So we had to like be like, we had to like call the doctor just to make sure, like, you know, she wasn't anything over the, yeah, no, it turned out they did tests on her and it turns out she's fine, just sick or something. She's doing better tonight though. She's doing better, so. But yeah, I was just like, oh no.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So that was fun. We were at the hospital for like 4 hours yesterday. Yesterday after evening. But I guess it's just prep, man, because, you know, in like 2 months she'll need to go to the hospital to deliver.
Yeah. Because you're already on your second kid now.
No, I think we're taking a long break after this one.
Yeah.
Let's see, maybe I'll be okay with, you know, 2 kids, but let's
You
see.
weren't avoiding it either, right?
What?
You weren't like specifically planning on this one, but you
Yeah.
weren't avoiding it either, right?
It wasn't like we weren't avoiding it. We were just like not planning, I guess. Yeah.
I think it sounds like Catholics are expected to go.
It's a freaking game.
Then one of the folks would say like, hey, you know, don't have sex outside of marriage, but if you do, at least use protection.
Yeah.
That would have been a John Paul II. John Paul II.
Oh, when Jeff was in Italy?
Yeah. He was Pope for a long time.
Dude, yeah, like 20 years or something.
Dude, most people do not like they didn't like the German Pope.
Still pissed about World War II, huh?
Pretty much. I don't know if that's what it was, but
Oh, it's definitely part of that.
yeah.
It was definitely part of that. Like, that's no question.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it's necessarily just because he was German, but it's because they replaced the Polish Pope with the German Pope.
It is probably a little bit of both.
If you go to any like Polish shop, they had just the freaking John Paul II calendars. It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Every one of them just had them.
Everybody else right now is streaming Red Dead.
Oh yeah, that came out this weekend.
Yeah, I downloaded it and I copied it, but I haven't played it because I'm like, well, I got Assassin's Creed still. Oh man, I killed myself because I'm trying to go down below because that's where I can get Maria.
Maria.
So did you see that they kind of like something got potentially leaked for Smash Bros. It's like this marketing company in France or something. They've worked on games before, but they bats and everything else. But yeah, anyway, so like it was like promotional materials for the game, and it had no. Anyway, all because I want to get Maria. Maria's quick and she kills easily. Anyway, but yeah, so you go back, like, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so like they showed like it just showed like a picture of all the characters in the game, and so some of the ones that they showed that haven't been like officially revealed is like Shadow and like a couple other ones.
I can see that. I mean,
yeah,
Sonic is really popular. I love my brother.
I would hope they make Alucard playable, but I guess he's just gonna be an assistant fee.
I mean, that's fair. They didn't make Waluigi playable, so I mean, actually, I want to make this grin wider. Yeah, let's make it wider.
Oh, I'm gonna go pee.
All right, you have your poop-a-doo.
Alright. I will say though, with Castlevania Season 2, after like an episode of seeing the redesign and background of Isaac, because he doesn't have like the you know, red hair, bright red hair, and the low cut leather pants and straps.
Right.
Like he was in Curse of Darkness. In this, he's in this, he's like a former slave and stuff like that who learned how to use alchemy and magic.
That's cool.
Yeah, no, it's really good.
You already finished it?
Yeah, I watched it in one night. Took about 3 hours.
Yeah, that's not too long of a series.
Well, that was just season 2. If you watch season 1, there'd be like 4. But I watched season 1 like a month or so ago. I'm so bad at this game. I've only ever beaten Rondo of Blood once, and it was the PSP version of it. Yeah.
Where have you been at, Grayson? Oh yeah, I remember now. Yeah, yeah. With Matt. Or Grayson.
By the way, speaking of good things, something else that I watched. Trying to remember. No, I can't.
Yeah, it sounds really good, man.
Yeah, I don't know.
I watched a couple episodes about
It was what?
It's okay.
Yeah, Chris is... I haven't watched it yet, but... Chris is saying it's like amazing and stuff. So I said that about Daredevil Season 3, but Daredevil Season 3 is actually really freaking good. So, I mean, because I've been really
My
good.
main thing is I feel like the main characters are kind of unlikable people.
Yeah.
It's like I don't really care what happens to them. I really don't like them.
Damn it! Fudge! This game. Damn it, Rondo of Blood. Suck it hard. Ugh! I keep jumping into the damn guys.
Probably stop doing that.
I hate the arcing, non-controllable jump. I mean, I know that's more, I guess, realistic, but... That's the frustrating thing about old Castlevania is that. That's one of the things I don't like playing the old ones. I like playing games like Symphony because I can control where I jump and I have better control. People think like, oh, that's part of the challenge. I'm like, yeah, sure. But it's also an innovation. Symphony of the Night was challenging in other ways, not in just pure frustration.
Poor design.
Yeah. I mean, it took freaking 10 years for them to go from this style of Castlevania to Symphony of the Night. Which was better in every respect. That's why they kept that style for the next, 10 years after that. Just wish there was like a way to these guys didn't do as much damage on me as they do. I mean, this isn't Haunted Castle hard, but it's.
Well, Haunted Castle is an arcade game, so it's meant to be played.
Yeah.
Kind of funny. I feel like when console gaming came out, it kind of brought video games in a new direction where it's like, hey, let's have a game where you can actually play it without having like something in spoilers in it. People just want to play a game, they don't want to spend money or something. And then nowadays they're going back to that. They're like, hey, if you want the full game, buy the DLC. Because
yeah, to a degree, yeah. I think when DLC first started becoming a thing, it was kind of like, oh, we took, like some of the times it was like, oh, we took part of the game and took it out.
Yeah.
And then put a price tag on that. Now I feel like it's done a little bit better, particularly since they do like this whole season pass thing. So for some games, yeah, I'll pay an extra $20, $30 depending on the game. 'Cause I know, like, okay, this is gonna give me quality content. Like Assassin's Creed, I know that their season pass is gonna give me like for instance, Origins, Assassin's Creed Origins. Had 2 DLC packs, and both of them brought you to a new piece of land in Egypt that wasn't in the main game. It had you explore different areas, different tubes with different like lore and stuff like that, and history behind them. Like you can go in. Fuck. Sorry. This game pissed me off. You could go to. Oh, what is it called? Well, okay, so one of the DLCs focuses specifically on Thebes, which is further down on the Nile than it's where like the old like pharaohs lived and stuff like that. The later years, like it was more up north, or Lower Egypt as they called it. With other parts of Egypt. Anyway, so, but one of the areas, like, you go to, like I said, is Thebes, and in that's the area where the Valley of the Kings is. Damn freaking game. Oh, let's play Symphony, how about? I don't want to pull my freaking hair out. Anyway, but yeah, so like the whole DLC focuses on like the dead pharaohs, and what happens is somebody has an apple of Eden, which is like those orb things.
Right, yeah.
And they are able to control they're able to control basically they're able to like bring back like apparitions or something from the past of like of pharaohs and stuff, and so your main quest in that is to go and defeat those spirits or whatever, and then send them back to the grave. And so you're fighting like these mummy monsters, and some of the areas you go to, like, 'cause you explore these tombs, you could like explore King Tut's and other ones, and you go into because if you remember when we studied ancient Egypt when we were younger, when you go into the burial chamber, there was literally a they basically made like a doorway in the ancient, you know, in those, like, they had like hieroglyphics around it basically, but that was like the doorway to the afterlife. Like, it was like the way out.
Right.
Well, in this game, you could actually go into that door, and then you were in their version of the afterlife, and it was different for every pharaoh you were in. So it was like super cool. Like, so when you were like in the tomb of Ramses, because he was
His muscles were the best.
yes. Ramses' muscles were the best. But what was cool is because he was, you know, considered to be like the sun god or whatever, or that's what he's claimed anyway.
Yeah.
So what they did, so that particular afterlife had, you know, temples and stuff like that in his honor, and then it had a what do they call it? It had a giant sun floating like above the middle of the area of the map. So I was like, that's freaking cool. Yeah. It's just like that kind of stuff. Especially for somebody
It's
that's...
a with the story, but it rounds up with the SUV.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, some companies get it.
Now and leave this world. You'll never
We saw
belong
some of the
here.
better ones.
Yeah.
But this
Capcom kind of
world
struggles.
invited me. Your
Kinda
own
go back and
kind
forth.
called me forth.
Every
with
once in a while they'll do
praise
something really
and
nice.
tribute.
And then they'll be
Tribute?
like,
You're a thief. You steal men's souls.
Yeah.
Their freedom.
especially with like
Freedom
Street
is
Fighter, they're
always
like, oh, you can
sacrificed
download
to
this one
faith,
costume,
good
this one
hunter.
mission.
Or are you
And it's $10
truly here by choice?
All I'm here for is you. To hell with your heresy. You're nothing but a blight
And then they'll
on
release
mankind.
like, all of them together in one.
Mankind. A cesspit of hatred and lies. Fight for them. And die for their sins.
See, this Richter can take some hits. I'm fighting Dracula here. Really? What the frick, man?
I think I did that thing where I added it to YouTube Gaming again.
I thought I made these public.
happened? It's been routing it through YouTube Gaming.
But YouTube Gaming does. But it freaking defaults to it, which pisses me off. It also says I'm unlisted. Alright. Check now. Victor! That's in your strength!
I'll lend you my strength.
Now I'm invincible.
Count Dracula had risen with the aid of the Dark Priest Shaft to menace humanity once again. The legendary vampire hunter, Richter Belmont, stood against him and at last brought him down. However, 4 years later, on a glaring full moon night, Richter mysteriously vanished. Maria Renard set out to find him, but knew not where to begin. It was then that fate intervened. Castlevania, the Castle of Dracula, rumored to appear once every century, suddenly materialized from the mist, as if to show her the way. Meanwhile, powerful forces struggled for the soul of a man named Alucard. He who had once fought alongside Trevor Belmont against his own immortal father.
When's the last time you played Peace Symphony?
Last year.
Purge the world of his own
This version of it too. I mean, not the this is the PS4 version. This is really the PSP version.
And fallen into what was meant to be eternal slumber. But now,
So this is the one with the different voice acting. This is the one like with the Rondo of Blood voice, like because when they did Rondo of Blood
Yeah.
or Dracula X Chronicles,
come full circle
they had
once more.
they added they took the voice actors from the Rondo of Blood remake and put them in the Symphony of the Night, for like Richter and Dracula and stuff like that, and Maria. And then got a different actor for Alucard. And then they released not released, but anyway, so then they kept the voice actors consistent between the two. And so that's what they did, is they took regular Rondo of Blood with that voice acting and then this version of it and put it into a game.
Do you think they're done with handhelds for good? After the Vita?
Sony?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if they're discontinuing it without any, like, new announced plans, my guess is they're probably.
I mean, it's kind of a captive market.
Well, I mean, most people like who game mobily or do it on their cell phones, you know.
Most people that own handheld video game consoles that in Japan.
Well, and that's the thing, like the biggest handheld out on the market right now is the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
So, if anything, something will be done for that. But I mean, that can be played on your TV. You don't have to play it mobily. You can treat it just like a console. That's kind of the appeal of it, you know.
I've come to put an end to this.
Insolent boy. But there'll be no games here. If you will not behave, they go.
I will do neither. Step aside, old man.
Such arrogance. But I shall see you very soon.
Oh, he was laughing on my controller.
That must feel very demeaning.
Oh, because the PS4 controller has a speaker on it.
Kind of an odd innovation.
What, adding speaker to a controller?
Yeah. I don't know that it necessarily enhances gameplay. Not detrimental though. I mean, so
It's just kind of, you know, I guess it's gimmicky, but it's fun. Like, I don't mind it.
Yeah.
Just like,
Yeah.
oh, my controller makes noises and it vibrates. Wow. Wow.
Maybe a theater most all had mics on them too, so.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and in this version of it, you can play as Maria as well. Like, that was something that was only in the Sega Saturn version, but then they added it to the PSP version, so... I've played the Saturn version years ago. I would say this one is probably the best version of it, of Symphony of the Night. And because the Saturn version is pretty laggy in comparison. People think like, oh, because it's got those bonus areas you can play as Maria, that's better. I'm just like, no. I mean, you can play as Maria in this version. The bonus areas are cool, but they don't really add anything. They don't enhance it. I don't feel like. They're just like. Yeah, like they're literally just like they add like if you look at the map, like over by like the center chamber place, where you fight Dracula at the end, turns into like it gives more it has like a prison that goes in between there, and then there's that place at the very beginning of the map of the game, which gives more stuff there. But yeah, I don't know, it doesn't like, and it doesn't add anything to make it like super amazing better or anything like that. Like, it's cool, but like literally you go in those places, there aren't any. I think maybe there's one extra boss, but like it's not like, yeah, like
You show up there high enough level and it's too late.
yeah.
I felt like Dracula over there outside of Castle or Shaft or whatever. Cause I got super high level just because I didn't know what I was doing. I was wandering around.
Yeah.
I was like, you hit Shaft. Oh.
I remember so much from this game. I played it so many times.
One of their best, man.
Probably the best. Like, I mean, there were some innovations in the other Metroidvania ones, but this one is still the best. My favorite, anyway. Better music.
Don't cry. Love you, baby. Don't cry tonight. Know who does that song, man?
Nope.
Give you a hint. Pistol and pedals.
Pistols and pedals. That's the hint. Guns N' Roses.
Yeah.
I don't listen to Guns N' Roses. How am I supposed to know that?
Not be amused.
I don't know. Guns N' Roses never really been a band that I've been into, personally.
I don't like speaking to them, but like Sweet Child of Mine. I've heard that song and if they get stuck in my head.
Really? You like Sweet Child of Mine? That one.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of the way he sings that one. It's one of those
How he
songs. It's
always
one of those
sings.
songs that if it gets, I know, but it's like one of those songs that gets in my head, then it's annoying because my brain keeps playing that part over and over again.
So you're telling me you don't know where to go now?
Me?
The near the end of the song, he starts going, "Where did we go now? Where did we go now?" And then apparently that was because they didn't know where to go in the song. He just started going out, and then it became a part of the song. Yeah. One of my companions read Ross's autobiography.
Oh, really?
Dude, sit on the floor sucks. I don't want to sit on the table. These are things on the floor.
Close associate. You can hear him in the controller too. Oh, that's not good. Oh, so still. Okay, well, that's been about an hour, so I'll probably call it good there. Happy Halloween's.
Nice.
Yeah. It is nice.